Hi there, Adrian. Hi there, Jim. Hi there, James. Howdy, Doug. Nice, Jim. Hopefully it was a good meeting. Pick that up later. Thank you, James, for the super chat. Much appreciated. Meetings are where minutes are kept and hours are lost. True story. Opa guy. Nice, Doug. I'm sure he'll thank you later. Yeah, Jim, I figured I would try to get back into doing some stuff. I have the shop rearranged right now so I can get to all the machines. Be somewhat productive this week the best I can anyway. I'm not going for perfection for the size of this. I'm mainly trying to make it look better than it did, because before it looked awful. So we're just trying to touch it up. Oh boy. Now this is Tina's. Scratch right there to get worked out. It does. Well, hi there, Robert Trombetta. Welcome in. We're trying to get this piece of Rainbow Obsidian reworked here. Someone agreed to do this for someone a couple months ago. And the top was already polished, but the side looked absolutely, like all the way around it looked horrible, and she wanted it redone a little bit. So we're just tidying it up a little bit. Hi there, Harold. Oh, sorry. We got 3 likes and 23 people watching me polish a rock. Make sure to leave a like on the video. It is absolutely free to like a video. If you don't like the video, a scary clown's going to come up from underneath your bed at midnight and tell you a really bad joke and then leave. Yeah, I watched for like, I don't know, like maybe 5 minutes, and then I had to go do some other stuff. Mainly I had to get everyone's boxes wrapped and packed and kind of be on standby for some property stuff, which ended up not happening today, so that's fine. Oh, hi there, Jenny. Jenny, I saw your other email come through. I still respond to your first one, so I'll respond to your first and second one at some point. No, I have not forgotten about you. Telling you, I need to have a communication manager. Someone to handle all that. I heard there would be obsidian, and obsidian there shall be. Before I started the live, I did have to... So this is everyone's reminder. If you have spigots outside, and if you have freezing temperatures coming, this is your reminder. Go outside, remove the hoses, put hose bib covers on to prevent them from freezing. I did that tonight because winter's here, basically. And I'll do the same thing at the other property tomorrow. I went over there to take count of how many there were, so I can go do it tomorrow. Dang it. Well, hi there, Tina. I don't know if y'all can hear the music or not. It is, this music will definitely make these videos unable to be monetized, and I do not care. Wait, Doug, it's 75 degrees where you're at? Oh, man. Ooh. Tina, I would say it's a little bit of a productive today. I got all the packages that were paid out. We watched the dirt get removed about 4 p.m. outside. They got like half the dirt out. Wasn't too bad, I don't think. That's better. Hope everyone had a good Tuesday. What song is this? I'm gonna turn the tunes a little bit. I don't know if y'all can hear music or not, but hi there, Brett. Jim, they had to get rid of all the dirt that they dug out, so they have room to work, I think. Which means I got some aerial footage, and they were kind of blocking the road a little bit, but it's fine. I don't care. People can go around or get alternative routes. Not yet, Opal guy. It sounds like they might be doing it this week. Because they're like, yeah, we have some pretty good weather this week. I'm like, well, last week my forecast said rain, but I guess things changed, so I'll take you guys' word on it. It's a big scratch right there. Really big scratch. I should get like custom pads made that says that will say like subscribe and like all that stuff down here. You know, Opal guy, every year is different. I think really the biggest, worst snow that we got was I think 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. And I think it was like, well, I forgot how deep it got, but it got fairly deep that year. But it hasn't really been super bad as far as snow. Ice, on the other hand, we do get a fair amount of ice some years. And it's because of the ice that I got fired for my test job. As you all know, it's because I told them no when they wanted me to come in. Because it's bugs. I really hope that they see the videos I have that I did put out there to let people know what the pesticides are called and where they can get them. That way people can save money and do it themselves and not have to use pest companies. That's better. Let's see, slab saw users best oil use. Yes, Jim, for slab saws for like the auto fed ones, absolutely you want to use oil. Even for the drop saws, for the what brand is it? I think it's Lower Tone. For the drop saws that have the weight on them, you want to use oil for those too. Yeah, Tina, I can't remember if I did the before and after video of it, but yeah, so we turn this off. Turn that down. Oh, what kind of oil? I mean, I'm frugal, so rather than buy the like name brand lapidary stuff, I use a mineral-based hydraulic oil from Napa. Well, and the other thing about the diatomaceous, it can be kind of effective if you use it right. But we've used a lot of, or when I was in the pest industry, we seen a lot of people that didn't know how to use it properly, and it doesn't always work. Jenny, I'll send you an email. Doug's gave away all my secrets. Okay. I need a pencil. It's okay, Doug. Hi there, red lady. Well, the thing is, Jenny, they are a wholesaler, but since they're not in the United States, the cost that it takes to ship things over here, it's really expensive. So the shipping cost, and then you have the tariffs. Yeah, this whole side needs to be done. I have not been doing a lot of buying lately because it's been too expensive. But I've still been doing some buying, but not a bunch. Oh, I don't like this. There's too many issues with this thing. Ugh. Okay. Well, hi there, Eternity. I'm trying to. So we had this piece of Rainbow Obsidian here, and the outside of this looked really marred up. And so what I'm doing, I'm just cleaning it up. And I'm not going I can't go for I can't talk. I'm not going for perfection. I'm going for it looking better. And because really for like any kind of like sheened obsidians, you want to have one direction where you're getting all that color, and you kind of lose a lot of it. It's really kind of starting right about here down. That's probably why they only had that side ground down and this part showing, because you don't really see a lot here off the side. So we're just trying to make it look a little better than it did. Yeah. That a big cab. So, I mean, yeah, technically all those lines here. Let's turn off, which light do we want? Do we want this light? Yeah, that'll work. Let me zoom in. So each one of these lines is a different layer. And this is a Mexican Rainbow Obsidian, I believe. So yeah, every layer will be its own different color. So these are all layers, all the way through. So if you look at the bottom here, we actually have a little hint of green and purples. They're subtle, but they're there. So yeah, those are all layers. Unfortunately, there's still some scratches in there that have to get worked out. So we're going to zoom out here, and we're going to work with the 280 grit wheel. Oh my guy. It's a very tedious process. Very tedious, takes forever. See you later. Scratches are deep. Deep scratches. Tina, you should feel very lucky. I think you might be the last person I do any Obsidian for super, 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 super long time. I'm struggling with this piece so bad. I even did some sanding off camera to kind of save some time, and it didn't save any time at all. So once we get to 600, I'm going to be using the 1200 grit sage after that to kind of sand the top down. We're pretty much going to do a fresh polish on the top. No, Jenny, I didn't get the Moroccans done. I need to get them done so I can not think about them anymore, and then not take on any big projects like that. Not without I don't know. It's a big project, or at least charge more for my time. I don't think I charge enough. I think I was charging Josh like $15 a rock, and I kind of shot myself in the foot with that. Because I did not know that I was taking on that many. I thought maybe like a few. I thought he was getting a few of them. Oh, nice ghost. Yeah, Jim, I'm not a huge fan of the hornets either. The paper wasps around our area, the paper wasps are actually not that bad around here, but I've heard like other paper wasps, like over in the east, like the middle of the states in the east, they're a lot meaner. Over here, they're not that bad. But yeah, those hornets though, man, they're mean. I don't like them. But, you know, technically they are pollinators, though they're not the best of pollinators, because they're just rude. I did a good job. Before I started the live, I had to go do an errand. And I almost went to the store and got a root beer, and I'm like, no, I need to maybe have water instead tonight. You know, Ghost, that's a good question. I don't know how to answer. Yeah, I don't know how long they would last. That's a really good question, though. I think probably, and the thing is, actually, we should ask Lapidary Dave, because he does a lot more lapidary work than I do, like on a larger scale. I'm sure he would have like kind of a better like understanding about the longevity of the wheels being used hours at a time every day. And it also depends on what you're working too, because he does work with a lot of softer stones. You know, whereas like I'm not like, I feel most stones I work are typically agates and obsidian, not a lot of soft stuff. That's why with the Moroccan agates I got to do, they're not small. I'm going to work them mostly on the other machines I have, and then take it over here for the 1200 before going to polish. Well, howdy, Rickneck. Howdy, soul. I mean, really, like, Ghost, my biggest thing is, like, I'm really bad about judging my time to do something and how much I should charge. And there's been many times where I did not charge enough. But because I told someone that I'd be charging a very specific price, I'm not going to go back and be like, okay, by the way, this is going to cost more. I can't do that. I can always go down on my price if I feel like I went up too high. But I don't think it's very fair to start low and be like, oh wait, by the way, it's kind of messed up. Thank you, Age of Anderson. Don't know if you saw Age of Anderson's comment. Dave said you should get a couple years out of them if you're not using them on a professional level. Dave runs them in the wheels until you can see the glue. So I don't know if the camera. Oh, the camera kind of can pick it up. So what I'm seeing, right there. Grab this. All these little scratches. I'm trying to get those out, and I think what's happening, the wheel's actually adding those to there. So I'm wondering if maybe if I go to 600, if I'll actually get those out. Excuse me. Yeah, Mexican Rainbow Obsidian. We're just cleaning it up, and then once I get done with getting the sides here kind of all reworked, because you should have seen it before I got started. It was pretty like a bunch of grinding marks. We're basically looking at making it look a little cleaner than what it was. But once I get done with working the sides here, I'm going to take 1200 grit and we're going to do the top here and then refinish the top so we get it all nice and pristine looking. So hopefully I can get some of those marks out. So Tina, this will not be like an AA++ polish here on the side. We're just kind of making it look a little better than it did. So there might still be some defects there. Though I'm going to do my best to try to get those out if I can. That right there, what is that? Okay, let's go ahead and try 600 and see what it does. And kind of go from there. Oh boy. Yeah, okay. Oh, wow, Jim. Jim, are those the, oh gosh, what it's called? Was it the same kind of, was it the tarantula hawk, or do you have a different variety over there? Because the tarantula hawks, man, those things are scary looking, but they're, you know, the parasitic ones where they lay their eggs inside the spider. You know, I didn't realize that China had Rainbow Obsidian. I'll have to look into that. Look at the back. So the back's all like all really marred up. So. That's what the back looks like. So I'm not gonna touch the back. But let's see what we can do here with the 600 grit wheel. Yeah, 56 people watching and 20 likes. If you or your friend of yours, or if you just into rock and trying things, leave a like. Yeah, and that's the thing too, Rich. I didn't call you Rick earlier. Sorry, Rich. I believe a while back, over there at the California Rainbow Obsidian pit, there's people that were like mining it in truckloads and sending it to China to be worked. And I believe at one point they actually had shut it down to the public because of people doing that. Yeah, ghost. That was the first time I ever saw that in person because it flew by me like when we were like, there in the inside the quarry. I'm like, what the hell was that? And like I was kind of freaked out, but also kind of really intrigued. And then it went in my bucket and got stuck in the bucket, so I had to get it out. Luckily, I was able to get it out without touching it. But I'm like, what was that? It was kind of beautiful, really. The colors of the wings. It was pretty cool looking. And it wasn't until after the fact that I realized that I did some research and they had like the second most painful insect sting out of the insect kingdom. And I'm like, oh. Yeah, those scratches are really deep. Dang it. So we're going to try to focus the edge of the wheel on that one spot. Hopefully we can get it out. I really don't want to go back a couple stages to get that out. Yeah, check your buckets. Yeah, I have it on camera of it being in the bucket. I just haven't uploaded that video yet when I was at UDig. But the next time I go to UDig, I'm going to make a sign and give it to them that says, don't pet the hawk. The hawk. Hawk. Yeah. That scratch isn't coming out. Dang it. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go all the way around the stone. I'm going to go ahead and do my passes. And then I am going to then go backwards, look for all the issues that are there, and then go backwards. Ghost. I still have yet to see a rattlesnake in nature. I forgot what started the conversation, but it was on the topic of animals being mean, and I had to tell River that animals actually are not mean. There's no such thing. I think we're talking about sharks. And we just kind of told her that animals actually are not mean. It's just their nature to be, maybe like territorial, or they'll eat other things, but they're not mean. They're not doing to be mean. It's just in their nature to what they do. Humans, I didn't tell her to go like this far, but humans on the other hand are mean. Yeah, defensive is a better term that could be used. Yeah, right, Rich? Even insects aren't mean. They just, well, except for hornets, they're mean. They're a bunch of jerks. No, but seriously, like it's just in their nature to be either like territorial or defensive, protective. But it's not like they're gonna go out of the way, but then like go to a honeybee and like, hey, honeybee, you're fast. I did watch a video a while back and talked about how like humans are the most dangerous hunter on the planet, because humans are very oh gosh, what's that word? Like they don't stop until they've gotten their prey. You know, most other animals, if they can't catch the prey, they just kind of give up and like, all right, whatever, I'll just wait for the next one to come around. Plump shaming a bee. Look at that bumblebee's got a fat butt. What are you talking about? That bumblebee's got a lovely behind. Yes, thank you, James. I couldn't think of the proper word, but yeah, persistent hunters. Yeah, bro, lay out the pollen, okay? Gotta lay out that nectar. Hit the June. Okay, let's check our work really quick. Water's a little cold. Credit goes to my mom. Well, thank you, Red Lady. I don't really have a towel in here. Oh, hi there, Carmen. Okay, so we have that spot right here. I should have a, actually, hang on one second. I got a permanent marker that's silver. Technically, it's all right up in here. It's this whole section. Typically, I would say do not use a permanent marker on any kind of stone that has fractures or like quartz, where quartz is very porous. It can actually absorb the ink. I know what I'm doing. Obsidian is fine to do this with. Got a little nick there. Gotta get that out. A little spot right there. No one's going through our trash can out there. nasty spot right there too. Where's my pen? There's one right here. Here. Not right there. Okay. Well, hi there, Allison with 1L. Happy Tuesday. Don't mind us, we're just working on some obsidian. We have a few little defects to work out, where I put all my little marks with my silver permanent marker. So we have to go backwards to get those all out. Or, I don't want to open the door though, it's cold outside. So what I'm going to try to do first, I'm going to try to use the edge of this 600 grit wheel to kind of work those out without having to go backwards. And the edge, we're going to use, I think maybe the left edge over here. You have a spot right up here. That's not too bad. Got it out. Okay, here's one. This one might take a little bit longer because it's a larger surface area. The larger the surface area, the longer it's going to take. Scratch is still there. I can see it before I can even dry it off. Yeah, it's still there. We're gonna make this thing pretty. P-R-E-D-D-Y. Pretty. Pretty looking. It's still there. Oh, weird. Your comment was blocked him? You had me at Obsidian. So it could have been that, I know there's like what can happen sometimes that I've seen it happen is if someone types a comment, like I've had it happen to me where I type a comment and then like YouTube just eats it. Like it doesn't even show up. It is gone. Probably what happened to Jim. Not often, but it does happen. Okay, it's almost on me to have one itty-bitty spot right there. If I can just try to make sure I get it lined up right, I can get it. I almost need like an LED light right underneath this lip that shines down so I can see where I'm going with this thing. Or like a laser. Laser would be pretty cool too. Does anyone here want to hear conspiracy theory? I'm gonna tell you anyways while I'm getting the stone marked here. So I was on Instagram just browsing away. Sharks with freaking laser beams attached to their freaking heads. I was on Instagram and I saw that there was a crystal seller that was selling agates, very expensive agates. I'm like, huh, okay. And because we all know that Josh has been selling agates lately, which, you know, that's to be expected. Josh sells agates. Then they were showing polished franklinite. Okay, and at this point, I'm like, okay, something's got to give. I feel like they are maybe either watching my lives secretly or watching Josh's lives. And they're like, oh, people are into agates and franklinite right now. So let's go ahead and sell some polished material. Convenient. So we have a spot there and a couple spots up here. Well, Allison, I will say this is not one of mine. This was sent in by Tina. I agreed to do this a few months ago. And so I'm trying to get it done off my table so Tina can have it back. To throw it across the states. I'm not going to throw it. I'll be gentle. I should look into getting some raw obsidian pieces. Now I saw where my wheel went. I know exactly where I'm at now. Did I get it? Hey, I got it. Cool, that one's done. Now to focus on these two up here. It's sold. Don't worry, the post office will throw it. Allison, I'll look in to see what I can find as far as rough Rainbow Obsidian. I don't have any of the Mexican stuff, but I do have some stuff that's here from the Northwest. But we also have another rock shop here locally that might have some that's from Mexico. I can always go double check. That's our finish so far, just off at 600. It's already looking much better. So let's just kind of clean it up a little bit more now that we have that little scratches gone. Blend everything in. When you work with obsidian, it's a constant battle of drying your work surface and then just double checking your work like constantly. That's why I use an air compressor now to check my work. Luke, howdy. Now we're going to come over here where I have these little lines. And we're just going to very carefully, the direction shows me kind of what direction those scratches are going. So we're going to use the edge of the wheel here. We're going to work out those scratches. Very gingerly, very carefully. We're not adding a lot of pressure to the wheel. Taking our time. If there's anyone new here, like we got Luke and we have a couple other people, feel free to shout out here in the chat. My name's Kyle. That is K-Y-L-E. The E is silent in my name, obviously. Otherwise, my name would be Kyle. I have been doing lapidary since 2012. But I have been a lifelong rock hound and collector of shiny things. Never grew out of it. Also spell was cool. Actually, you know what, Jenny? If we can actually get the video to 100 likes, I'll do a giveaway for something. I don't know what yet. I'm winging, figuring it out. Ramona, I have been doing lapidary since 2012. I actually started doing lapidary because there was a rock shop locally that I bought a piece of obsidian from, and for the life of them, they couldn't get a polish on it. And I have that piece of obsidian floating around here somewhere in the shop. So I kind of took that as a challenge. There was another shop here that was offering lapidary class. That took a quick class. The guy wasn't a very good teacher at all. He showed me like a basics, like, oh, this is I kind of do this, and then after like 5 minutes, he's like, okay, there you go, have fun with it. I'm like, okay. So I still have the piece of obsidian in this shop somewhere that kind of started the entire lapidary journey, because I figured if I can polish obsidian, I can polish just about everything else. The very first rock I polished before I went to obsidian is actually right here. This is the first rock I ever polished. Before and after. And that is a kind of tumbled thunder egg a little bit. So it's the first rock I polished, and the other obsidian is somewhere in the shop. I don't know where it's at. But the piece of obsidian is electric blue from Davis Creek. I really wish I knew where it was. Oh wait, hold on. This is the piece that tipped it off right here. So at some point I will actually repolish this. But yeah, they said they polished it like 4 or 5 times. They just couldn't get a good polish on it. So I'm like, well, I guess I will learn how to do it myself. And here I am, however many years later, I have a shop, I have equipment. That's one side of the shop. The other side of the shop, all shelves and shelves of rocks and stuff. And a lot of people kind of know me for polishing obsidian. So I can polish just about everything else. Except for turquoise. I'm not good with turquoise. Not yet. Someday. Well, thank you, Ramona. But, like, I have more obsidian back there in the background. Of course, it's not lit right now. Oh, Jim's going to bed? Well, Jim, you enjoy that beauty sleep. I'm probably going to stay up late a little bit again tonight, maybe. An interesting rock that I picked up a little while back, and someone looked at one day and told me not to just sell it. And it was very important, but that's all they could tell me. Oh, interesting. And like Ramona, did you get anyone else to kind of like double check on it, to look at it? Nice, Rich. Yeah, slag glass is another one of those things where I see a lot of like posts like, is this obsidian? And like, no, it's slag glass. But slag glass is still pretty cool. Rocky Mountain Bear. At least the K isn't silent. Need all the sleep I can get. All the sleep you shall get. What was it doing? Oh, we gotta check this spot I was working on. Okay, so there's still a scratch there. So what's really interesting with when you're polishing obsidian, you have to really move the stone around to look for any scratches, because at one angle it looks fine. I don't see anything wrong with it. And then I turned it and there's a little spot right there. Right there. And then there was the spot that we were working on right over here. Unless that's a new scratch that got on there. Hi there, Paradise Lapidary. No, I had not polished Sungite. It's too soft. feel like it'd be really messy too. I have a, what was it, 60, 70 pound chunk of salamoline though. That I also need to get polished. I tried but not good answers. Where can I go? Ramona, do you have Discord at all? Because we do have a pretty good community on Discord. You can always post pictures there. If not, I can always maybe email me a picture and I can like also post it on Discord. I'm not on there very much myself, but I did create a group for Discord. Excuse me. Patrick. Spot, get off that rock. Spot popped up. What are you trying to say? Those little spots right there, those are little ash pockets. And that's the other thing too, like trying to quote lapidary stuff, is I might think something will take me like 20 to 30 minutes, and there's been times where projects would literally take me hours. Little ash holes. Alright. We got that one out, but now we gotta work down here in the bottom a little bit. Get those out. Ramona, my email is worldofrockhounds@gmail.com. If you have Instagram, I'm also on Instagram, World of Rockhounds. And I also, if you have WhatsApp, I do also have a WhatsApp number where you can send me a video and send me pictures. And then maybe I could try to help that way. So let me know. That's one thing you do like about WhatsApp, is you're able to send videos. Like good quality videos. You kind of need that for rock identification sometimes. Well, thank you, Sil, for getting them posted. That's looking better. Alright, this one up in the corner, that's really marred up. Hi, Kyle, I guess. Come along after that. Rich, well, thank you for popping in. Hopefully you have a good day. 5:12 a.m. So that probably puts you, what, in the UK? Somewhere in the UK? Or that'd be Australia. Let us know. Always like to hear where people are from. Ireland? Close enough. Nice. Ireland is on my bucket place to go at one point in my life. Maybe do some rock hounding if there is any rock hounding over there. I'd love to go. Ramona says no Instagram either. That's okay, Ramona. Just send over some really good quality pictures and maybe some something to scale, like a quarter or something. And then if I don't know what it is, so good pictures with something for scale, and then location if you have location, because location can help. And then if I can't figure it out, I'll help share it in our community, and maybe we'll get you an answer some way. some barrel, but not much in Ireland. Oh, dang. Well, I still want to go. It could be a good business trip. Well, hi there, Rock County PNW. I do have the Larkin's Quarry fluorite, but I don't think it's open to the public, though. It's a granite quarry. It's not an actual mine for fluorite. We're getting somewhere. Making this rock look nice and pretty for Tina. Getting all the little pesky scratches out. Yeah, the beer fluorite. Yeah, let me know, Ghost. Yeah, don't trust those rock ID apps. If you can, just uninstall those. They're not good. I know some people swear by them, but I don't trust it. That's just me personally. Still there. I got it out. The power of lapidary compels you. Scratch, leave this rock from whence you have came. May the power of lapidary compel you. You're welcome, Ramona. Here, I'm going to show you guys something. I don't have a rock ID app. What I do is just to kind of get a start on what something could be. It doesn't work 100% of the time, but it gets me in the right direction. So let's get my lights turned on here. Let's grab this. Let's get Bruno out of the way so we don't knock Bruno over for the billionth time. Which one is it? That one? Okay, it's that one. And what's the other one? Okay. These are my two favorite books for lapidary, or not lapidary, but like rock related stuff. My fingers are not working on for the phone. Come on. There we go. So, the National Audubon Society, Feel Guide to Rocks and Minerals, and the Simon & Schuster's Guide to Rocks and Minerals. I like this one because the pages are color coordinated, which can be super helpful when you want to kind of get a better idea of what something could be just based off color alone. And it's not 100% accurate because a lot of times they use kind of like mineral grade specimens for this, or museum grade specimens most of the time. But it gets you kind of in the right direction. And then this one here kind of goes over, it goes over like the shapes. I'm assuming this may be hardness and like density. But it does have some pictures to kind of go with it. Like, what was I looking at? Oh, I was looking up object before. So if you can get these two books, it'll help get you started. From there, you can maybe then use Google to do some like keyword searches to try to get closer and closer to like what you have. But just to have on hand, get these two books. Well, I don't know what else I have over here. I think this is rock hounding. That is not rock hounding. And I don't even think I opened up this book yet. But yeah, those are the books I use when it comes to having to look something up. Oops. Don't need y'all see my password for my phone. Oh, hold on. Rocky Mountain Bear, do you mean this one right here? That one? Good books. No, that Soul. I can't remember what this is called off the top of my head. Soul sent me the name of it. But Soul gave that to me, and we all met up in Idaho. Rock Twister. Hi, Rock Twister. We're for power. We have 77% still. B. Really, B? I thought for sure that you've been a part of Lapidary Live before. I'm trying to make sure I kind of balance it out so people don't think I'm just doing rock sales. You know, if I was making enough money off the ad revenue off YouTube, I'd be doing way more Lapidary Live versus live sales. I prefer the working with my hands and teaching over everything. But ad revenue does not pay bills. It does pay a couple bills, but it doesn't pay all bills. What was I doing? Well, it's still there. Fair enough, B. Fair enough. Yeah, no, I do want to do more stuff like this as far as the lives. Like right now, I have things moved so I can actually access all my stuff over here. Never like all the other shelves are just like pushed like everywhere. So it's only temporary. Things will get better here in the near future. Alright, let's keep on getting these scratches out. Those scratches are like the demon inside of someone possessed, and we are the exorcist. Be gone, scratches. The power of lapidary compels you. And that scratch is gone. There was another one that was over here, but the wore off, so I had to try to guess where it was. Kyle stars in the Rockercist. This summer, Arnold Schwarzenegger is Little Tortilla Boy. Starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's Firebeard. So how's everyone's week going so far? Anything exciting happen yet? Anything going on in the world that I should know about since I don't watch the news or read the newspaper? I live under a rock, you know. Really, the most news I do get is actually from TikTok whenever I'm doom scrolling. I'm trying to think what I learned lately. Oh, I learned that they're going to bring Vine back, which is kind of ironic since that would be direct competition to TikTok. Nice bee. Rocky Mountain Bear. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the doublet. I'll be back. Get to the copper. Ghost. You know, and here's the thing, Ghost, too, is Fire Obsidian is still. I don't think it's getting enough attention out there still. Not a lot of people know about it, really, and the few people that do know about it that also sell it. Well, as we had pointed out in some videos earlier, that they charge too much, and some people don't realize what they have, and they still charge way too much for what they have. Yeah, James, I live under a huge pile of rocks. But you know something, that's okay. Because, like, typically, I don't do politics. Like, I don't follow politicians, what's going on, because the way I see it, red and blue are the same. They're purple. And I'm going to leave it at that. They're all the same. It doesn't matter. But the one thing that does kind of make me upset is the cost of health insurance, and it should not be that expensive. And then, yeah, because my friends are trying to get me to get it, and I still have to look to see how much it would cost me. And I swear, if it's anything more than $400 a month for insurance, I'm not going to get it. It's not worth it. It's almost cheaper to save money for something if something happens. We're almost done with the 600, and then we can work on getting the top here all reworked. I told Amy if I ever ran for presidency, my slogan's going to be "You do you." I don't want to hear like people try to tell people what to do. I would try to change things for the better. And just mind my own business and stay out of other people's business, and then find a spot in the White House for a lapidary station and work on rocks. We'll do lives from the White House, just working on some rocks. I think I'm old enough now that technically, if I were to run, I could run. But I don't kind of have that kind of money for all the promotional garbage. Amy, fair enough. Yeah, because aren't they making like a ball like that? I also heard from TikTok as well, or like a ballroom or something. I mean, really, a ballroom. This isn't the 1800s anymore. Who has time to go to balls or the money? It's so fancy. Oh, stop it, Ron. Stop. Caviar. Warm up my jazz. As someone's gonna bag $100 bills and you blow my nose. Sorry. I'm not salty, you're salty. Let's check our work. Opal, I can't be bribed. I don't care how much money someone has or how much pull they have. I can't be bribed. Because I have a conscience. I might be... No. We might be able to go to 1,200. Maybe. Look at that. So we gotta work that out up here on top, which the 600 can get that out, but then we have to go over the top of the 600. So now that we have the sides mostly done, now comes time to remove the shine from the top, and we're gonna start completely from scratch. Pun intended. Actually, pun not really intended. So we're gonna dull the top now. You won't be a politician with that attitude. Hey, at least I'd get the Guinness Book for the world's poorest politician. Funded by nobody. I don't care. I ain't in it to win it. I've always been that person kind of in the back of the class anyway, minding my own business. Gotta get those scratches out. What they also need to do, they need to set a term limit of everyone that's in Congress so we don't have people that are like 98 running the country. Running things as if it was the 40s and 50s. We are living in new times now. New era.
Yeah, speak up, Sonny. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm all out of words.
Alright. Time to really get rid of that polish. Sorry, polish. Time for you to go. You got a new makeover. So you see that? I just touched the wheel to the surface here. It's so slick that the wheel is just sliding off. Hey, you be nice to my great-great-grandpa. So we gotta really focus the wheel on here to really get rid of that old shine so we can start fresh and get everything blended. Exactly, Ghost. You gotta have those limits. And don't they also like make a bunch of money like still after they're not in office or like on the Congress anymore? Like they're still getting like benefits and like payments. Like we don't get payments from our previous employers. True that. If that were the case, I wouldn't be selling rocks on the weekends. I'd be just doing this all the time. I want attention. Oh man. Did we get rid of the polish yet? What the hell? It's like not even touching the surface. Okay. We need a new approach, I think. Where's my ruby? It is literally like sliding off of the surface of the stone, which is not good. I really don't want to go to 280, but I might have to. So we can maybe like focus in this one spot here. We can see if it's doing any progress on it. Okay, that spot's getting too hot. It's not enough water. Get that did anything. Okay, we're getting progress. Finally, okay. There we go. We gotta spend some extra time just kind of one little area here. Well, hi there, Vanna Rossi. Might taken me a couple times to get your name right, but howdy. That was the longest. Hey, you know, to be fair, Patrick, at least I don't have like any dedicated side that I'm leaning towards one or the other. I think they are both rotten. And that's my, I will die on a hill. I don't play favorites around here. They both suck. See y'all in the next episode. Well, hi there, Silicon. I am Shazin. Well, howdy there, Shazin. My name is Kyle. With a silent E. Fun fact, my mom almost named me Austin before I was born. And now we're back to it taking forever to get that sanded down. Okay. But she said when I came out, I just looked like a Kyle. Which is a shame because if I had come out, it would have been kind of cool to go by the nickname Tex. Even though I'm not from Texas. Oh, and Jenny's leaving. Bye, Jenny. Have a good night. I'm just going to focus on one spot over here. And we're just really going to add pressure to the stone. Welcome back, Vanna Rossi. Yeah, Yeah, it's just gonna take a while to get that work down. We are working on some Rainbow Obsidian here, get this all redone. The sides were all really badly ground down, and in order to make this look a little better, I have to remove an existing polish, which means sanding it back down to 600 and then going back to the stages to blend everything and make it look a little better. And when you're getting rid of a previous polish, it just takes a little longer because the surface is so slick that the wheel is having a hard time getting any kind of traction on it. So you have to really work on the surface, and it takes forever. Rock rods. How you been? Obsidian is it requires a lot of patience and a good eye for detail. But if you want to get a fairly decent polish on there, I mean, it's really good. That's really the case for any stone, but even more so for obsidian because of glass. Patrick, this is Tina's obsidian, so I had agreed to refinish, make it look prettier around the outside here. Yes, James, this is a 600 grit wheel. And I might just have to go to, we might have to go to, I don't want to, man, I'm having a hard time with this. Yeah, we have to go back a step. Well, hi there, Jiggly. So this is our friend Tina's obsidian, and I'm just trying to make it look prettier than what it was. And we actually have to go back to 280 here because it's just taking way too long with the 600 grit to try to like undo the polish, which is unfortunate, but it's part of the process. Which means with this stage, you might put more scratches in the top. And we'll have to work them out. But let's see how fast this will work here. I really hate going backwards sometimes with the wheels, because sometimes if there's a piece of diamond that's sticking up a little bit higher than the rest, it can cause a deeper scratch on the overall work surface. It can get a little daunting after a while. See, now it's working. It's just now we're putting in some deep scratches, so I'll have to work those out. Unfortunately. Ugh. If you were an agate, you would have been done by now. I have a love-hate relationship with obsidian, by the way. Yes, I'm good at it, but man, it can, if I was not live right now, I'd have some choice words for having to go backwards so far. What colors is considered? I went and got 7 different types to mess around with and have the same stone. Oh, this one. Oh gosh, what is this? I think it's just the Mexican Rainbow Obsidian. Yeah, that's just the Mexican Rainbow Obsidian. At least with this stage, I can look at it without having to dry it off at where I'm at. That's helpful. Well, Silicon Web Studio, what kind of content do you have? Do you remember where everything comes from or recognize the stone? Sometimes Rock Twister I can. Like if I collected it myself, I can tell you where it came from. Or sometimes I can remember where I bought it from. That's weird, Jiggly. It blocked your comment. That was weird. Yeah, I don't know if you saw my other projects, but like I made that play button right there. That is Fire Obsidian and Dinosaur Bone as the main plate. And of course all my other Obsidian projects that are up there. Silicon Web Studio specializes in graphic design, web design, and web development. But you don't have any videos web design. You don't have any videos at all. Ben and Rossi, what do you mean? What do you mean why? Like why polish it? Web Studio. We're almost done here with the 280. Make sure we get all the existing sanded areas knocked down. Oh, Vanna Rossi. And Vanna Rossi, am I saying your name right? Let me know if I am or not. This is definitely a lot like ASMR, but like even like if I'm not recording, it is very therapeutic. And I also work on fossils sometimes, and you can actually like really lose track of hours working on fossils. Okay, hold on. Silicon Web Studio, I'm gonna have to ask you to stop. You're starting to sound a lot like a bot right now. Because for anyone that knows how to find me on Instagram, they know how to find me on Instagram. And I don't want to sound rude about it. It takes like 2 seconds to look me up. Okay. Well, hello, Dr. Troy. Yeah, good band. So let's turn off this light really quick. So we still have a couple, you can see where the polish was. So it's actually looking pretty good so far. So that's good. Okay. Where is the settings for chat? Okay. You know, I don't mind spammers so long as they aren't like repetitively annoying like that, and that they aren't like vulgar. Because that was clearly a bot or spam. But yeah, let's go ahead and get the remaining of those sanded out and then go back over to 600 and quickly get through this. Excuse me. Might have a piece of candy. Oh, if I turn back on. No, not you, Troy. There's the other guy that I just got rid of. He's like, hey, follow me, brother. Follow me. But you don't have any videos. What's your Instagram account? Literally everyone that knows me should know that my Instagram is the same as YouTube. World of Rockhound. One of these days I'll go live my personal YouTube account. Maybe grow that one a little bit. Focus here on the top. This thing is going to be really nice when we get done with this. A lot better than it was, for sure. Side. I do wish that the fossil prep station for the fish was a lot quieter and it didn't sound like a buzzing mosquito the entire time. I know a lot of people don't care for the sound of the micro jack, the scribe. I feel bad about that. It's okay though. Funny because I needed a video explaining things at a site but cannot find anything. Well, welcome, Jiggly. I'm glad you're able to find my content. Hopefully there's enough information on my channel that you were able to find what you needed. But feel free to ask whenever you need help with anything. I'll try my best to reply as quick as I can. I am a little bit slow in emails sometimes. You just gotta forgive me there. But I'm always happy to help where I can for the price of nothing. My information is FREE. That spells free. FreeCreditReport.com, baby. Sorry, that jingle was stuck in my head the other week. It's still kind of stuck in my head. FREE. That spells free. There. Why is it still there? You know, Patrick, I do have a... Oh, God. What's it called? I got the DJI mic, and I do want to kind of play around with it as far as trying on a live to see if it helps. Because I had issues with my mic, no matter what I did, when I was just recording over there at Spencer, was I could not, for the life of me, get the phone to, like, accurately, 100% of the time, record with the mic. It was driving me nuts. Opa guy. Opa guy, I should try that. I should like just layer like the non-copyright music as long as I can to see what happens. Nah. I think it's not quite loud enough for YouTube to be like, hey, what's that? I think we should be allowed to play like whatever music we want within reason. Man, that thing's still there. What the heck? Okay, let's go ahead and just focus on the edge a little bit over here. Did I get it? Got it. Now we go back to 600. Skirt. No, Jiggly, I was trying to get down the previous polish. The surface was so slick that the wheel was having a hard time grabbing onto the stone to remove the previous polish so we can kind of like blend everything together. And so I had to get rid of the previous polish to really move forward, and I mean remove the previous polish entirely. So now that the previous polish has officially all been buffed down and we have a matte finish, now we can go to 600, do the 600, and then from 600 to 1200, and then from 1200 to polish. So now that we have this all done, we can go to 600, and it shouldn't take too long. There's been a couple times I had to actually rework stones that they weren't polished, but they were covered in lacquer, and never again will I do that. Because let me tell you what, that was a pain in the butt process. Someone asked me to do that and be like, no. No. Welcome back, Vanna Rossi. Vanna Rossi. This part should go a little quicker now. So again, Tina, the sides here will not be a perfect polish all the way around. The main focus, I want to get this back to like a really nice shine up here, and I will try to polish the sides here, but they may not be as perfect as the top. But it's going to be for, it will be better. It'll be much better. It'll be a huge improvement than what it was. Because typically I don't polish the sides of Rainbow Obsidian anyways, just because like that's not where the color is at. If it was kind of more of like a gold sheen Obsidian, where like the patterning was like all the way around the side, then yeah, I probably would polish it. But like the Rainbow Obsidians and the Fire Obsidians, they're very much a directional stone. They really only need to look at one side. And that's why whenever I see like a Rainbow Obsidian sphere, I kind of have to shake my head a little bit, because like, why would you do that to Rainbow Obsidian? Rainbow Obsidian needs to be freeform or carving, where you can kind of see the patterning much nicer. On a sphere, it's kind of wasted. Well, Jiggly, if it makes you feel better, I am trying to go as fast as I possibly can. If you happen to have to go or have to do anything, this live will stay up for a little while before I take it down. I don't ever delete my lives. I still keep them up, even on the background on YouTube. I keep them up for a while, and then I take it, then I unlist them. This kind of helps clean things up a little bit, keep the things kind of tidy. Oh God, Patrick! I've seen someone do a Fire Obsidian sphere, and I shook my head harder than you can possibly believe, because you have this big old sphere. Then he had this itty bitty nipple of Fire Obsidian. So this big thing. And I'm like, are you serious right now? It's like, man, that was a waste. I'm sure someone would be like, oh, a Fire Obsidian sphere, $5,000. Because a little piece of Fire Obsidian that's probably no more than 2 grams if it was on a cab. Yeah, it needs to be a slab or it needs to be a free-form shape, especially for Fire Obsidian. And Rainbow Obsidian is kind of the same thing. Either slab, a carving, a free-form, anything but a sphere. It's not a boulder. It's a rock. Welcome to Kyle After Hours, where he goes slowly insane because he is more awake than he is during the rest of the day. I am a night owl. Well, you know this. I am more awake now than I have been all day. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just making sure to blend everything. So I'm blending the top here, kind of blending with the sides. So it kind of is as blended as I'm gonna get it anyway. So if you just kind of dry it off with my air compressor. You can see kind of where there's a pinch point kind of right here where the transition, like you go from like that pinch point and then go up like that. But still. It goes. I feel like I went to bed at a decent hour last night. I think it was with the bed by 1 o'clock in the morning. I laid in bed and played Minecraft. I don't know if anyone else really plays Minecraft here, but or cares to know about my ordeal. I play on the Xbox One, and every time I summon a raid, they spawn underground, and I'm trying to solve that problem. So I lined the underground with TNT, widened up all the caves, and I'm making section off areas with fences and gates, so like I can figure out where they're spawning in, and that way they're not traveling where I don't want them. I know it's not the world's problem, but Minecraft is where I kind of zone out and tune it almost everything else out around me and just kind of relax, kind of. What the heck? Oh, I'm leaking water out here. Gotta wring out my rag tablets of this stuff. Right, Ghost? Yeah, I had this sham wow, and it does help collect the water, but then it drips on the other side. So you know what's funny, Ghost, is I've turned down a job before for working like the night shift because I couldn't stay awake all night. And for the most part, that's true because like my wind down time, like if I were to stay up all night, my wind down time is about 3 a.m. And then at that point, I'm like, okay, I had to go to bed. Like I could not stay up all night and then sleep all day. So I worked at a gas station. I'm like, hey, I need more hours because I only have like a few hours a week. I'm like, well, if you want more hours, you can work the knock shift. I'm like, I don't want to work the knock shift. I'm like, well, that's your choice. If you want more money, that's what you gotta do. I'm like, I'm not doing it. I'm like, okay. Blend that really good. Blend it good. Time is 9:55. Okay, let's check our work. If there's anyone here that has not watched my content before, just trust the process. I'll show a piece over here. It's a little dusty. To give you an idea, we're trying to achieve It's all smudgy because I just wiped off my shirt. But we're trying to achieve this shine right here. This is the piece that we did a little while back, and I think this was a gift from Day Blue. So we're trying to get that shine. Alright, this is where we check for scratches and anything that we need to get out before we go to 1200. Let's see if I can find my handy dandy permanent marker. Where are they? There it is. So we have to focus right here. There's even a couple more scratches right here. You might be able to get that out. That was already there. Right here. And gotta turn it so we can use the light to look for any other defects. Yep, there's one right there. Got a few scratches. And we have an itty bitty defect right here. We're gonna try to work out right there. I should say that anyone can do this, so long as you have the space for lapidary equipment. You yourself can polish obsidian. I know a lot of people have struggles with obsidian because it's glass, but if you can polish obsidian, you can polish just about everything else. I would recommend to get the Diamond Pacific Nova wheels. They are a diamond resined soft wheel, so they're very squishy. They're very soft. Actually, that one might be wearing down a little bit right there. That's fine. If you don't have the space for lapidary equipment, what you can do is look at any local rock clubs that might have a lapidary shop and utilize their space. At the very least, you can always put a post out there. It's like, hey, I'm looking for someone that might have lapidary equipment that can teach me how to do this. That we can kind of learn how to do it. Anyone can do this. What did I give Kyle for Christmas? A rock. Oh, nice, Patrick. Patrick, is it going to be a video? Maybe. Actually, no, it'd be. Amy can attest to this if she is listening. I am the hardest person to shop for because almost all of my interest in like purchasing stuff is always going into equipment, is going into rocks. I think the last time I really bought myself anything was I bought the Xbox One. Was it the S? I forgot which one it is. It's the one that looks more like blockier. That was the last time I really bought myself anything. I can't find him to go hunting. Let it. I mean, yeah, that's fair, Jiggly. Well, have a good night, James. Hopefully you can finish watching the video tomorrow when you wake up. Sorry it's taking forever. I wish it didn't. But yeah, that's my recommendation. If you're able to find like a rock club or something that has lapidary, like classes or whatever you might call it, like events, look into that. If not, if you have the space for a cabbing machine, in my link tree I have a link to Kingsley North. I do have an affiliate there. They have a plethora of variety of cabbing machines to pick from. I would recommend the Kingsley North models, but I just checked today; they're actually sold out. So keep an eye on the website, because the next one up, which I still have yet to really try for myself, is the what's it called? Cab King. I have a Cab King, I just haven't even used it yet. Well, hi there, Stealth Dragon. I'll probably lay in bed and watch the whole thing. Well, James, I'll try to pick up my pace a little bit if I can. Once I can test out the Cab King, which is in the rock room right now, it'll eventually come out here when I have space for it. I will then be able to say yay or nay on getting a Cab King. But I have yet to test it out. We're doing pretty good. We're trying to get a nice shine on this obsidian here, and all these little silver marks is where we have little defects we have to get out before we go to polish. One of the most amount of people that have watched the stream at once. Vanna Rossi, I believe at one point, I think it was like, was it September? I think it was either late September or early October, I started doing the vertical lives again. And I believe at one point we had, I had to go double check, I feel like it was upwards of 40,000 people had watched my live in some form or another during that live. I mean, even if they stayed for a little while, but we had like a few hundred people like watching at any given time for a short while, which was really cool. But I think it really depends on what I'm working on. The thumbnail and the title will depend on if my video really reaches the public eye for it to get a lot of people in here. Yeah, tickle the algorithm. It is very important that when you are a content creator that you are constantly uploading and constantly posting content and constantly interacting. It is if you're not careful, it can drive you slowly insane, because you kind of feel like that if you stop, then you lose the favor of the algorithm and you just kind of feel trapped. And I feel that sometimes because I want to take time off sometimes, and sometimes I feel like I can't. And other times I just don't care. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna post content when I feel like it. I'll get to it when I get to it. I am not a slave to any social platform, nor will I ever be. I do what I want. I do what I want when I want. It's one of the reasons why I don't have a job and work with any other company, because I don't like feeling like I'm being controlled by somebody. Well, I appreciate you hanging out with us, Vanna Rossi. Usually I'm live selling rocks Saturdays and Sundays. And the work week is when I work on rocks sometimes. When I feel like it. Yeah, I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So, we actually should be able to see that with the camera. Zoom in a little bit here. You see those little white streaks? Oh, there's actually ones right there too. Those are scratches. We do not want scratches, especially right here in the top, where that's going to be the main focal point once it's all polished. So we have to get those scratches out. Right there. Right there. Well, and so here's what's funny, Ghost. I have TikTok. I post content on there too. There's some content that I post on there that I don't post on here because it's not necessarily family friendly as far as the verbiage. But what I'll do for Snips and Wiggles is I will post a video on there that is the same video, it's the same sound. I'll post the same video here on YouTube and kind of compare of how many views that video gets versus how many like YouTube gets. And every time, hands down, YouTube gives me more, it reaches more people than it does on TikTok. And I just actually posted something on TikTok today where TikTok wants people to, or is encouraging people to boost their videos with money for views. And I'm like, well, that seems a bit wildly unfair. Well, hi there, Dave. And I think the other thing is too is like I'm not like a very pretty model or a handsome model. I'm not trendy with fashion, so like my videos aren't gonna blow up. It has I'm gonna say everything, but a lot of times for like the trending videos, it seems like they're very beautiful people that are gaining the traction. Because even though like I tell people how to polish a rock, because there's a lot of people that collect rocks out there, a lot of people that have the ability to maybe to do it. I am not a pretty person, so I don't get the same views. Okay, I gotta find that spot again on this stone here. Yeah, that scratch is pretty deep, so we have to mark it. Well, and here's the other thing. If everyone wants like a little homework assignment, scroll up or down. Look for certain videos that maybe have like 100 to 145 to 200 people watching, and look at their channel and see how many subscribers they have. I've seen some really interesting lives where I'm like, why did this person have 500,000 subscribers? And like they're kind of posting brain rot. It can be discouraging. It's a little bit. Well, and that's the other thing, Jiggly. I'm sure a lot of people may have seen those YouTube videos out there where the person is looking for gemstones and they're very clearly like removing planted concrete or like some kind of like sandy material where they very clearly place the gemstone there, and it's like then they excavate a piece of glass or a marble and they're like calling it gem hunting, and they're getting like hundreds of thousands of subscribers. I'm like, are you serious right now? Tina says, now that I discover this rock community, I live on YouTube. Oh man. And that's the other thing too, is people that are fake sleeping just to get subs. I'm like, are you serious? Like, I have nightmares. This is no joke. I have nightmares where in my dream I am live in bed, not wearing any clothes, and like I freak out because I feel like the camera maybe saw something inappropriate, and like now everyone saw it. That's a very reoccurring nightmare that I have all the time. And here people are doing it purposely. Yeah, it's a reoccurring nightmare I have. And the thing that kind of bothers me is I have been known to actually sleepwalk in the past. And so my worry is like, what if I do sleepwalk and I do start a live and I don't realize that I'm doing it? What did you say? No, yeah, I had nightmares where I would go live in my in bed, and like I'm like not even like fully awake yet, and I'm not wearing any clothes, and then I would wake up like just like panicked. I know, but what? That would never happen here. On purpose, by the way. Okay, that scratch is pretty deep. I'll come back to that one. I'm going to focus on these other ones over here. It's jiggly. I can't say the same. Yeah, the other recurring nightmare that I have is work. Which happened just the other night is I had a dream that I was running late to work for a previous company I used to work at, in property management. And I just woke up and like, yeah, I don't like that. So those are really my two biggest nightmares: is working back in corporate property management, and then going live while I'm not wearing clothes in bed, not fully awake. The more you know. Here I am, just oversharing information again. Sorry, this process does take a while, and for those 37 people that are still hanging out, I appreciate hanging out. It takes a while. Obsidian takes longer than just about everything else. Turn that off for a second. Well, there, Bianca. It's not good enough. It is not good enough. And these scratches are still here. And there's still a couple right here too. And we even have, I have a couple down here as well. Those ones are not top priority. Pretty much this top section, this section right here is the only part of the stone I truly care about of getting a good polish, like right up here. Well, have a good night, Allison. Thanks for hanging out with us. Well, hi there, kitty meow meow. Oh. Why do you have to be difficult? So let's focus up here in the top. Keep the stone moving on the wheel. Because if we stop the stone on the wheel, it's gonna cause a facet, and we do not want a facet on the surface here. So keep it moving. Well, hi there, Jason. Is this a special Rocky 4 after you polish, or both? So, Jason, this belonged to a friend of ours. Is it? See, it's like that. Yeah, Tina, it's pretty common. Like sometimes the scratch can actually happen. Here, I'll explain it here in 1 second. So yeah, Jason, this belongs to Tina. I agreed to do this a few months ago. And the outside was completely just like marred up with grinding marks. So I'm trying to clean it up a little bit, make it look pretty. And then once Tina gets this obsidian back, then I have other projects I can do because I have other rocks to do as well that's obsidian related. But yeah, Tina, what can happen? The bigger the surface area that I work, the more prone it is to getting like more scratches. Like so, if I'm getting one scratch out, there might be the wheel might cause another scratch. And I have to get that scratch out. So sometimes it can be I could be chasing scratches. That's just what happens when you have a bigger surface area. Like really small like surface areas aren't as bad. And then also it also depends if it's a dome surface or a flat surface. Like flat surfaces really suck. But Jason, this is Rainbow Obsidian. That is from Mexico. Kitty, you've never seen Rainbow Obsidian? Oh man, we're about to blow your mind. Hold on. So this is Rainbow Obsidian. Again, that one's Tina's. And I have a small shelf above me. Yeah, jiggly. Sometimes the scratches can happen, and that's why I don't like doing big flat surfaces because it can be a pain in the butt. So over here, I have other obsidian projects that I've done in the past. They will be a little dusty. I had not dusted the shelf in a hot minute, but these are other obsidian projects like this one. That's also a purple sheened rainbow obsidian. And then we have a velvet obsidian over here. Again, this is dusty, so let's see if I can dust it off really quick in my pants. So that one's like a more velvety. Again, it's a little wet. I just dusted it with my pants. And so it would look like that before. And I turned it into that. And then we have fire obsidian, which is my specialty. This is one of the pieces here. So that one's fire obsidian. This actually comes from out of Oregon. And that's a pretty big piece. The other edge of the piece is right over there. Ghost. And then you have other rainbow obsidians. I call this one the Galaxy because all the ash pockets, it looks like space. Right, Kitty? I started off with yeah, rainbow obsidian first, and then I discovered fire obsidian. I had not gone back. Like this piece right over here. This was a practice piece because I was testing the belts before I had the cabbing machine. I was testing the belts to see how they would do. It's a little dusty, a little from all. Oh, yeah. Get right off here. It's an older project. This was when I was first learning how to polish obsidian. So this was a practice piece. Of course, covered with fingerprints and a few scratches here and there, but I was testing the belts. Oh, Vanarasa, you don't have to shut up. Not once. And of course, I made this too. I made a YouTube play button with some fire obsidian and some dino bone. Again, it's a little dusty. World first. What do we got over here? That one was rainbow. But that was also velvet. Like a velvety rainbow. Yeah. This is only some of the obsidian that I've done over the years. It's not all of it. And then somewhere in here, I don't know where the heck I put it, I have a pendant that I have to redo. That's my personal pendant. Yeah, it's over there in the tray. I'm not gonna be able to get to it. It's everything else in the way. But yeah. And then I have another piece of fire obsidian over here. I think this belongs to Steve. That's fire obsidian before it's even been touched. You should be able to get some more water on there. See that flash right there? I'm pretty sure that belongs to Steve. You're welcome, Tina. I'm trying to get Steve to release some more fire obsidian to us because he has, I think, about 20 more pounds of the good stuff, or 12 more pounds or something like that. It goes to the last rough one. No, the that one that I showed that was rough. That one I just showed, the very bright one. I'm pretty sure that's Steve's. I'm like mostly sure of it because he wanted me to do a piece for him. Oh, before the rough. Oh yeah, before the rough. Yeah, that one's mine. This one right here. Not that light. Yeah, this one. This one's that is mine. Yeah, it's Fire Obsidian. I posted this one on TikTok when I first started my TikTok account. This piece gained me like 7,000 subscribers like within like a week, and then my views just tanked after that. And this piece, I believe I bought this piece at an estate sale. I think I paid like what, $20 for, I think it was like 10 or 12 pounds of Fire Obsidian. And this was one of the pieces that was in there. I couldn't get my wallet out fast enough. They didn't care. They just wanted the box gone. If you know what to look for, you can actually find it fairly well. It's just you have to know how to search for it. I'm gonna grab a piece of candy. Where actually, maybe I shouldn't. No, with my hands being in this water. This is old water. All right, back to work. Back to it. Where was I? Did we get that out? Yeah, that one got. There we go. Jiggly. You know what's funny, Jiggly, is the very first rock estate that I bought, the guy I bought it from, he was saying that he bought it from someone else, and that someone else also had like 12,000 pounds of obsidian, but he didn't take any of it. And he was pretty sure that most of it probably came from Glass Butte, and I was telling him, like, man, you should have gotten that. Because which means if he would have gotten it, then I would have gotten it. Yeah, it would have been a lot. Because like I don't know how many pounds I have in the backyard, but like most of it's kind of a mix between like gold sheen, some sheened, like rainbow sheened, rainbow sheened. What else? It's like a mix that's kind of in the backyard right now. And I just need to make a bunch of mystery boxes to get rid of it all. Because all the obsidian that I actually care about and that I want is in totes. And it's stashed away for a rainy day. I think I have like 5 totes of Fire Obsidian rough. And that's my personal stash, but I don't want to really work this yet. And it kind of ranges in quality. I need to go through there and I need to high grade my own stuff. And then maybe like get rid of the stuff that I don't want to get rid of. Or get rid of the stuff that, that I am okay getting rid of. Me and Newport on Glass Butte this summer. Should have went to an old pit. Yeah, I haven't been up to Glass Butte since I went out there with Theo. And I think there's only a couple pieces I have from that trip with Theo, and I gave it all away. There's two pieces. I think there's two pieces that I kept that I plan on polishing, and I'm gonna give those away. I'm not gonna sell them. Just gonna give them away. Yeah, Silk Dragon. So Fire Obsidian, there can be Fire Obsidian that does not have any color whatsoever. It can be as silvery as like polished steel or polished silver. Um, so the colors can very greatly range. Tina, well, hi there, Opals. Yeah, Jiggly, I think I know who you're talking about as far as the old man. I don't think he likes me very much. Because I have a Facebook group, and I put a post on that Facebook group to avoid around the cow pond because, there's claims out there. And apparently someone went out there, took a shot at him, and then proceeded to tell me that if he found out that it was someone from my group, that, to watch out. I'm like, guy, that's crazy. That'd be like me going to Fred Meyer, if a Fred Meyer rewards member, came at me and slapped me. Then I'm gonna go sue Fred Meyer now. That's his stuff. So I don't think he likes me very much right now. And it's not like I was telling people to go dig there. I was telling people to avoid that area because I don't want to hear complaints. Yeah, Jiggly. I gave it all away mainly because of BLM rules over there at Last Butte says you can't sell it and it's for personal use only unless you have a permit. Well, I don't have a permit, and even though I probably could sell it, I just gave it away. I'm like, whatever. So on the member side of the channel, I did a big giveaway for all the rainbow, all the obsidian that I brought back. I'm like, yeah, I have X amount of boxes, and we're gonna do a big old giveaway. And I gave it all away, except for like 2 pieces that I'm gonna work. Oh, what do you mean the claims are lapsed? Are they no longer valid claims now? Am I able to go out there? So here's the thing. Even though if I could go out there and dig in the fire pit, it doesn't mean I can sell it. It would be for personal use, or I would have to do these big old giveaways. I'm like, alright, I'm giving away a fire. I can't sell it. Opals, this is some Mexican Rainbow Obsidian. And we're just trying to get all the scratches out with the 600 grit wheel before we're going to 1200. And then from there, we can get this bad boy polished up and sent home to its owner, which is here in chat, which is Tina's. Polishing obsidian's a pain in the butt. It's a very tedious, very tedious process. It's just getting rid of the scratches and then hopefully you don't drop it. But I've had that happen before where I go to polish something and after I'm all done I dropped it. It's like, oh no. Here, scratch it here. And yeah, Dave is learning it. Oh, Vander Rossi, why did you quit? Don't quit. Oh, nice opals. Alright. Let's see where we're at. The top is looking good so far. Ghost. Well, Vanarassi, you can talk to us. You can talk in chat. I'm not bothered by your comments. Uh-oh, my tablet's dying. Can't use the tablet anymore. It's down. Okay, so we still have a couple scratches right here. The other side is not looking too bad. I have a fairly decent size of, I think it's like 20 pounds. It's a silver sheen obsidian that needs to be, has a face polish on it. Oh man, the scratches are still there. I don't know if we're going to be able to get this polished tonight because we've already been live for 2.5 hours. Yeah, I don't think we're going to get this polished tonight. It's just I'm not going to give up yet. We're going to go for a little bit longer. If I can't get it polished, we will do a before and after video. So let's keep on working on it. Let's just power through it and try to get that spot and this spot right here and up here. Yeah, Vanarassi, definitely keep an eye out for my lives. I try to do as many as often. I try to go. Sorry, I can't talk. I try to go live as often as I can during the work week. It is random. I don't have any schedules like scheduled days. I just go live when I feel like it. Oh, it's okay. I do have other videos out there of like cutting and polishing, so feel free to check those out. Okay, where's my marker? I want to make sure to get the exact spot where these scratches are at. I just want them getting gone. There. Right there. There's that one. And then I noticed that there were some scratches here in the backside right down here. And then, oh gosh, where'd it go? Down here on the side face. There's actually a lot down here. I'm not going to focus on those right now. Those are kind of right outside of where I'm focusing anyway. So if I could just get the scratches like kind of like right in here along this line, then that's going to have to be passable for getting that cleaned up. Oh yeah, I got a lot of videos. Here, I'll show you. I've got my phone. So yeah, if you go to my channel here, I have, I got a lot of videos. It doesn't say how many. Here, let's look at the public videos. So the last video I posted was a couple months ago, and that was behind the scenes for the Spencer Opal mines. And then before that was cutting inside some Malawi agates. So I have a lot of videos, like there's polishing velvet obsidian. Also some informational stuff like keeping the grit out of your drains because you don't want it in there. I made a cab out of fish poop. How to repair fossils, how to polish an agate, unboxings, how to polish. I prepped a fish, which this video did not get enough views. That fish is on the shelf right now. I prepped a fish out of Kemmer, Wyoming. Yeah, Vanarassi, I used to make long form videos, and I was very adamant about posting at least once a week every Wednesday. But here's the thing. YouTube has not been pushing out my videos, and for example, that fish video that I did, that fish is right there. That fish took me over 17 hours, I think it was. And that video got less than 600 views. And that was not including the editing and processing for making that video. So it's kind of discouraging when you spend hours and hours making a video and then YouTube doesn't push it out. So now I just make videos when I get to it. I have a few videos in the works still. I have a video for Spencer, Idaho. Again, I have a video for comparing all the different fish quarries in Cameron, Wyoming. A video for digging for trilobites, which I have one right here. So I have a video for collecting and prepping some trilobites coming eventually. And I'm sure I'm missing a couple. But I have videos coming eventually. So if YouTube can help, you know, kind of push my content out there without having to have like stupid clickbait titles or thumbnails, that'd be great. Oh, you love fossils? Oh, nice. I have a stingray, an unprepped fossil stingray from Cameron, Wyoming, in my closet right now. That will be a future video once I can gather the nerves to prep it. And I'm willing to bet that stingray is probably going to take many hours to do. I wouldn't be surprised if it took 50 hours, if not more. Yeah, a lot. And the other thing is, too, it won't fit my prep box. So I will have to have a system in place to help suck up the dust as I'm working here in the shop. I think I got it. I think I got the scratch. Oh, no, wait. No, I didn't. It's still there. Dang it. But yeah, Vanna Rossi, if you look over here, I do have a fish that I'm trying to prep out right now in my little fossil prep box when I get around to it. I try to do a little bit of everything around here. Just trying to divide my time between my live sales every weekend and other lapidary and fossil stuff. Well, Vanarasi, what I'm trying to do is when I work on one spot, I have to blend it. Because if you work on one spot for too long, then you have like a little flat spot. So once you work a spot, like this, then you have to blend it. So you can't just like focus on one spot entirely. You have to blend it. It's like painting, but with the sandpaper. Well, hi there, Naruto image. Yeah, I'm having a hard time getting that scratch out. Okay, I'm gonna skip past that for a minute. And we're going to work on the back side over here. There's a bunch of scratches back there. It's a very daunting process. I should have picked a much easier hobby, like painting, or collecting stamps. Or feathers. Yes, you gotta make everything look good before you add something. And the thing is, like, I used to teach lapidary classes for a short time at a local shop. I've taught people that were very particular, like myself. I've also taught people that weren't as particular, then they didn't really care as long as it looked shiny. I wish I can have that mentality and get away with that. But unfortunately, I have too much of an eye for detail, and I want things to look as good as possible. Almost. Oh, I just realized a mistake. Uh-oh. I messed up. Oh well. I broke my number one rule. I broke a rule. So the one rule that I have when doing lapidary is when you're working with a stone, you pick a direction and you stick with it. I just messed up. I wasn't paying attention. It's okay. People are probably watching. So I'm gonna show you what I mean here. So this was our top right here. That was a spot we did very last as far as the sanding. That was the last spot we even worked on, right up here. Okay. For this entire stone, I was working in this direction, like this. As soon as I get this pen to work. It's too wet to work. Dang it. I dried off my pants, not a big deal. So I was working in one direction all the way around the stone. Just like this. In that direction. Which means I was trying to keep going in the same direction at all times. Because what will happen if I don't, I'm going to cause issues for myself down the road here. Which means when I got to here, if you noticed, I was working in this direction right here. Same direction at all times. I did not do this, do that with the top. I always worked in the same direction. And what I noticed, where I messed up, because over here, I was working in this direction. Well, I just messed up because I started working in this direction, which it's a big no-no, because what's going to happen now is I'm going to have some crosshatch right in here where I just now messed up. Ugh. It's important to work in one direction and be consistent, and I messed up because I wasn't paying attention fully. So Amy, am I helping with this? I don't want to give up on it yet. So we're going to buff it out. We're going to break our rule and buff it out with the new direction that we just made. Unfortunately. It really isn't really too big of a deal because, again, it is on the outskirts. Again, this area is our main focal point. The sides, not so much, but still I wanted to make it look nice. So now my goal is to make this less of a noticeable spot, because like once this gets polished, the outside here, it's going to show any defects in the sanding process. That's just how the polishing process works. I can try my best to, and once we get to, I'm just gonna try to get this polished tonight, so I can kind of show you all. You can, in theory, polish it to a point where it's not as noticeable. It's just a little more frustrating. I think it's a moth larva. Sorry, I'm looking at something on the wall. Well, have a good night, Ghost. Well, actually, what's today? Tomorrow's Wednesday. What time is it right now? 10:46. Here, let's do this. Let's spend a little bit more time trying to get this fixed, and then we might just polish tomorrow, so that way we can have everyone here tomorrow when we get this all nice and shined up. Because I want to talk through the process with everyone as much as possible. So let's just focus on this little spot for a little bit longer. We'll take a break from this, and we'll work on this again tomorrow. How's that sound? So everyone can be with us. Let me see. So tomorrow it'll probably be like around. It might be around the same time when my daughter goes to bed. Maybe. If not, then probably like maybe late afternoon, because I have some stuff to do as far as some pest management stuff to take care of, or actually say pest preventative stuff I have to take care of. And then maybe I can do this in like in the afternoon or something. If anything, Jiggly, what I'll do is I will schedule it for tomorrow for a rough time. Maybe. If not, just keep an eye out. I think it'll be... So, Jiggly, I'm here. I mean, you might actually be also in Oregon, maybe. I'm here in Oregon, so it's going to be Pacific time. I'm going to aim for maybe late afternoon if I can. But let's try to get focused to get these little scratches out first before I call it a night. Because I would like to have everyone here when we actually get this thing polished up. So which means when we come back tomorrow, we'll pick it off with the 1200 grit, and we're gonna just kind of finish with the 600 grit tonight. Come on. Get out of there. Oh, you're gonna be like that, huh? Is it worth it? I mean, work it. Put my sander down and we work it. We'll have a good night, Jiggly. Look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I panicked for a second because I saw these like striations, like where these scratches come from, and then I realized the permanent marker. I'm like, okay, we're good. Yeah, Tina, I should have this thing done tomorrow. You keep this in a safe place when you get it home. You don't let anyone else touch it. You keep it secret. Keep it safe. And Tina, also make sure to save the link for this video, because after a while this video will be unlisted, but if you have the link for it, you can still rewatch it. It's very rare I ever make any videos like private. Usually if I make something private, it's maybe because I said something that was offensive as far as bad language. It'd be the only time I make something private, but I unlist them after a while. B's like, it's only 6 p.m. here. Kyle, can you keep going? You must get the scratches out. Vanna Rossi, where are you from? If you wouldn't mind saying. Where do you live? What part of the world? Oh, you're in India? Oh, that's cool. And Martin's in Australia. Nice. Also, howdy there, Martin. Oh, it's morning where you're at. Oh, well, that's nice. It's what time is it? It's currently about 10:58 p.m. our time over here right now. Yeah, Martin B is also from Australia. See, one of these days I plan on going live 24 hours. So which means we should catch people from all over the world theoretically. It's a small world after all. Okay, the scratches are very slowly coming out. Thank goodness. Yeah, it is kind of wild that in the rock counting lapidary world, how many times I've seen someone say that they cannot polish obsidian, and like it can be difficult. It can be very difficult. Like I'm not gonna say like it's the easiest thing to polish. Far from it. It takes a bit longer. Like if this was an agate, I would have been done like forever ago. But this is as much of a problem obsidian can be to polish. The end result, if you do it correctly, and if you're patient enough, the end result is always very just like it'll leave you kind of in awe. You can be like, man, I did that. See, it's already looking much better. We just had to spend a little bit extra time and be patient with it. The more patient you are, the better things will turn out. Yeah, here, let's turn off the water so I can show you, Tina. I mean, ignore the permanent marker I have on there right now. And that is, I mean, there's still some scratches here on this side. I don't care about these right now, right here. I'm just mainly focused on the top. But I will try to clean up a little bit. I'll probably do some of the sanding for the edges, like off camera, to kind of help clean it up a little bit. So you don't have to sit here and watch that process, because it just takes forever. But yeah, it is looking much better. You kind of see the striations right here of what I'm trying to work out. And yeah, and I'll work out this off camera too, and we'll polish together. That is permanent marker, right? Yeah, it's permanent marker. It really is, Tina. I don't remember. I maybe I need to go back and rewatch that video, because like we started, I think, live with this. I need to go back and see what it looked like, because I don't remember what it looked like anymore. Here, let's get all this wiped off. Permanent marker is not so permanent, huh? Comes right off. I should start an OnlyFans of polishing rocks. Yeah, it was such a sad shape. You were not wrong there. There we go. Got some fuzzies on there still, but yeah, that's looking much, much better. Much better. Let's do a little bit more with the 600 here on the top. And then probably call it there good for the night. Here we go. A long time ago, there used to be a Facebook group called Northwest Rockhounds, and I actually went up to the Northwest Rockhounds headquarters up there in Washington, and I taught one of the people that worked there how to polish obsidian. And he didn't pick up on it really quick, but he had another guy that was working there that night, and the guy that was working there picked up on like that. He was so quick. I'm like, good job. Well, good luck, Tina, and we'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll kick off with 1200 grit and then polish. Hopefully it's not going to be a 3-hour live video. Probably won't be like too much longer because I kind of would like to relax a little bit and play some Minecraft for the night. Slowly getting there. Almost out. Venerosity, I don't actually. I considered it, but I feel like I need to make a separate channel for that. So I thought it would be cool to have like have an open realm on Minecraft if anyone else had it, to come build in the same world that I have. Because really, like, the games I play the most really is Minecraft, and Skyrim, and I also got the Oblivion remake, but I haven't played it in a while because I've been too busy with everything else. But Minecraft is the thing I play the most because it allows me to kind of like, I wouldn't say exactly turn off my brain, but it allows me to just kind of like focus on the game, have fun with it. I have a world I've been playing since 2013, 2012, 2013, somewhere in there. I've had the world since since the Xbox 360, and I was able to transfer it over to the Xbox One, and then now over to the Realms. So it's a really old world that I'm playing on right now. I try to play other worlds, just create new ones, but I have a hard time because I spent so much time in this one world that I have a hard time really breaking away to start a new one. That might be okay. Okay. I might have to call this good for a night. If it's one thing I learned with doing lapidary, is if you at all feel tired or if you feel like you're being overwhelmed, you have to stop what you're doing. Because I've had it happen where I'm tired and I've been working on the same project for like hours on end, and that is when mistakes happen. So let's go ahead and bring this out here. And I'll leave this in the tray for tomorrow. I have a little ShamWow right here that I trap all the water with. Yeah, let me see if I can copy and paste the link for this video. If not, then Vanarossi, we can do too. I'll show you. If you go to the, turn off this, turn off that. If you go to YouTube, if you go to like the main channel, if you hit live, if you hit live, that is all the, including this tonight's video. It says it's, yeah, it should be still going here. But if you go to this video, all you do is like, you go to here, you go to share, copy link, and then we go over here. And we're going to pause that so we don't have it looping in the background. And paste. And that is tonight's live right there. And with that link, you can go back and watch it at any time, because I leave the videos up for a little while before I take them down. Also, hi, I'm the guy behind the camera. Yeah, usually after like a few weeks or so, I take the videos down. I don't delete them. I don't delete videos. I mean, I have a video that I should delete because someone gifted me something, and when I sent it in for them to resize it, they never gave it back, and they even costed me a customer. They said a piece of obsidian wasn't polished, and it was. I have a video to prove it. But yeah, I don't delete videos. But yeah, I'll flip you around here. That's the shop. That's where we just were. All these shelves and stuff are, you know, I sell rocks on the weekends. So this is my 12, it was a 14 by 24 garage. So I got equipment, and then over here, that's where I do my live sales. And yeah, got rocks for days. More stuff over here, and then yeah, I got fossils. So that's a fish fossil that's in here right now. There's actually two. There's a fish right there, and then I got a fish right there. But thank you everyone for hanging out with me tonight. And we'll resume this tomorrow, I promise. I just have a few things I have to do that's property and / pest related. I got to take care of tomorrow. Otherwise, I'll be live earlier. So, thank you, Vanarossi, for hanging out with us for almost the entire time. Much appreciated. And maybe we'll see you tomorrow. And for everyone else that's lurking in the background, I'll see you tomorrow as well. So, bye, everybody. We're going to end this live. I'm going to go inside and play some video games. Like an adult. I earned it. I earned it, okay? Let's see. All right. Okay. I'm going to end the live. Bye, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. I promise we'll get this obsidian polished tomorrow no matter what. We'll power through it. Bye. Bye.